Oh, the lovely introduction was missed.
Dang
it!
All right. Now are we good? Are we good now?
Okay. Anyways, you guys missed a very kind introduction of me by my husband. But yeah, and you missed all his life stories that he was telling you guys. He was telling you his deepest, darkest secrets, and you missed it all. Maybe you'll catch it next time.
No. I was just complaining about my phone.
Oh, yes.
Because it's kind of hanging on for dear life, and I'm hanging on to it for dear life. And I don't want to upgrade because they don't make mini phones anymore. And I love the mini iPhones. So.
Yes. And then we were talking about, or what else were we talking about?
Well, I was kind of mentioning that, why we weren't here yesterday, because we went to a gothic convention at the Las Vegas Convention Center. And we've been waiting on that for how long? A couple months?
I think I bought the tickets, I don't remember.
It's been a while. And then we didn't realize until recently that was on a Saturday. So we were like, oh, we're going to have to change the date of the live readings. So.
Yeah,
anywho.
So we appreciate you guys being patient. I know you guys are dying to know some of your questions, and I'm impatient, so I can totally relate to that.
And so what I was saying before we ended the live video, if any of you are new to my channel, this is the lovely Leah. She is my divine life partner and my divine business partner.
Yes.
She is the reason why you are watching this. She's the one that took me, my bum ass, and my YouTube channel and turned it into a legitimate business. So when it comes to the live readings, there is no way in hell I'm about to keep all this organized and be able to read everything and do everything. So that's why the lovely, lovely Leah, the backbone, the heart and soul of the business, shows her face for the live readings.
Yes. And I'm happy to be here because I like talking to you guys in the comments, and it's fun. Sometimes you guys make me laugh.
Yeah.
Sometimes. No,
Anywho.
I'm a Sagittarius. I know funny.
Yeah, she's a Saggy with a Virgo moon. I'm an Aquarius with a Virgo moon.
Yeah, and then, we went somewhere yesterday and they're like, oh yeah, I'm a Virgo too. Or because we were paying with the our debit cards have the Virgo inside of the moon.
Yeah.
Because that's our business name is Virgo Moon. So when you purchased your reading and you got the receipt in your email, it probably said from Virgo Moon. So that's what we decided to name our new business.
Yeah.
Because it's like both of us now.
And did you see the look on her face when you said Virgo Moon? She's like, like people don't understand.
I don't think she knew what the moon sign was.
Yeah, well, I mean, even at that, I think a lot of people don't understand that your moon sign is just as strong or sometimes stronger than your sun sign. It's a very important aspect in your chart. Very, very heavy. So.
All right, well, go ahead and blab for a second because I need to.
Well, I'm going to take some of this. Do you want to take this time to kind of show this to these people?
You can if you want. Yeah.
We're going to be putting together a promotional video for this, but this is from the same people who sell the natural Shilajit. They turned me on to this X12 Ormus monoatomic gold with actual 24 karat gold. And I mean, I've heard of stuff like this. I've seen a lot of ads, with the colloidal silver and gold and stuff like that. And I just never jumped on it and tried it. But since they wanted me to try this, I figured, hell, I'll give it a shot. And man, this shit works.
Yeah. It gives you like extra energy to like focus and stuff, right?
Yeah. And didn't you say that you felt different in Costco?
I did. If anyone knows Costco, it's like the one place where you're going to have anxiety the most because there's just so many people everywhere. At least at ours, it's always crowded. But luckily they opened up a new Costco I don't know, maybe about like 25 minutes away, 30 minutes away. And so I think all those people in that area were coming and driving to our Costco. So we just had a ton of people at our Costco. Anyways, it's a little bit more chill now. It's still, crowded, but it's just like bearable. I think, you're not just everybody running into you and just everybody for themselves. And I was just able to kind of step back and just be more observant. I loved that. And I was like, whoa, it must be this stuff here. Because normally I'm just like, oh my God, get me the fuck out of here. I cannot do this. Oh, sample. Ooh. Oh my God, get me the fuck out of here. Oh, sample. And then, those are my two, my energies at Costco.
And I forgot that we took the stuff. But I remember thinking, because it was around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's usually when it's about time for me to lay down and meditate and catch a nap. And I'm looking at the time. I'm like, God damn, I don't feel like I need a nap right now. What is going on with me? Totally forgot we took this stuff because I have my own stuff that I take every morning. So taking something in the morning, like I take my pills for my tooth. I take cordyceps mushrooms, and so it's not uncommon for me to have something I'm taking. So I just forgot that I added that to it. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, damn, I don't need a nap right now. What's going on? And then it wasn't until she reminded me, and she said, I think that gold stuff that we took is like helping. Ooh, it's 11/11.
11/11.
And so we're going to be putting out a promo video for this stuff. It's the same people that sell the natural Shilajit.
Yeah. And they said some of the benefits are sharper focus and mental clarity, deeper meditation and dream experiences, enhanced intuition and awareness. Okay, that makes sense for what I felt. Sustained energy and sense of calm. That's probably you. Mm-hmm. Extra sense of, the calm maybe for me, and then you had extra energy. And then it says best taken in the morning on an empty stomach, just a few drops under the tongue, or mix it with water. I would probably mix it with water because it's a little bit salty. It's like basically it's just a bunch of salt and gold.
Salt and gold.
So you could find this if you didn't want to wait for the promo video. We have a direct link here. You can find it on the website. And then you can use Rich's code, Rich10, checkout. And then that gives you a 10% discount. And right now, I think when I checked, isn't this one on sale right now?
Yeah, it was last time we checked.
Normally it's like $60, and right now it's like 30 something. So I would take advantage of that sale because I don't really see their things go on sale that often.
Yeah, and I'm real picky about stuff I promote. I'm not that person that just promotes. I mean, we have businesses in my inbox every day trying to get me to promote shit. 99.999% of the time I fucking ignore them. But this company has some good shit that I use on a daily basis.
All right, well, we can go ahead and get started. I'm going to get the lineup written on my end while he's reading the first one here. So you guys just be a little bit patient with me. I will get it into the comments here in just a moment. First person we're going to read for is for Shamus, who is a Cancer. And it says, I have a sideline business designing and installing custom home theaters. My business partner and I have a large project coming up, but keeps getting pushed back. And on the back of that, we have several projects just waiting to launch. Can't talk about it too much. It involves patenting. Is the next client going to back out?
That can be tricky to read. I'm going to have to figure out what perspective to hit that from. So, are you referring to the thing that keeps getting pushed back? Is that, if you're in the chat, is that the client you're talking about? What perspective do I hit that from?
Well, the original question was, what was it? Oh gosh, I don't know if I can remember. This was like in the beginning of the week.
Let me just see what wants to come through for the first spread, I guess.
Let me see if I can find the email.
And I'm using my new deck that I promoted last night. Now, these people I'm not affiliated with. I am affiliated with the gold people, but not the people that make this deck.
The original question was, how are my business opportunities looking? And then I was asking for more information, and then that was the information I got. And then I asked for the question, and then the question was, is the next client going to back out?
Okay.
So it was kind of like a little bit of back and forth.
Okay, so I'm assuming that they're referring to the thing that keeps getting pushed back. I can see 2 of Wands, Empress, Page of Wands. Well, I mean, I do think this person is a little bit guarded and is waiting for something. It almost kind of feels like they're waiting to see if there's some other better opportunity or
Who?
What do you mean who?
Who are you talking about?
Whoever she's talking about. I don't know who she's talking about.
He or she, we don't really know.
I don't know who this person's talking about. I have no idea. So whoever they're talking about, the next client.
About the next client.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So yeah, it does kind of feel like they're a little bit like they may be wanting to wait to see if there's a better opportunity. Now, I'm putting the intention into it that this is the thing that keeps getting pushed back. If that's not who you're referring to, you might want to clarify that, because that's the intention I'm putting into it, because we do have the Hangman and the 2 of Wands with 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. So I don't know if maybe they're waiting on some maybe cheaper opportunity or something like that, but it kind of feels like there's a strong possibility that they might. Very, very strong. And this is a perfect example of one of those types of situations that if you clamp down on it too much with your focus and your thoughts, you could block it. I don't know if you grabbed my course on manifesting financial abundance. In that course, I described the quantum physics behind how the manifestation process works. And basically, manifestation just means the perpetual unfolding of experiences is all it means. So the quantum physics behind how that works and your relationship with it. And so if you looked at that, then you would understand what I mean when I say that if you focus too hard on it, you could block it. But I don't know, with the 8 of Cups here, it is kind of looking like they're very, very apprehensive, very much so. Let's see what kind of advice wants to come through here. Yeah, see, the thing that's so hard to read about this is that this is a part of your path. The thing that's hard to read is depending on what client you're talking about, because this is going to manifest, but it just depends on the pathway that you take to make it manifest, if that makes sense. Yeah, and then we got the 7 of Cups. Yeah, honestly, it kind of does look like there is more energy leaning towards them backing out because they're so unsure. You know, I don't know why. I can't give a lot of details because I don't know a whole lot about what's going on, but there's a lot of energy here about them being unsure and uncertain. So I think if you can manage to figure out how to do this, I know this is going to sound silly, it's going to sound stupid, but this is insanely powerful. If you can figure out how to just release it and not care. I know that's way easier said than done. Way, way easier. But that is probably 75% of the manifestation path. That's 75% of your power is to be able to just release it and not care. Not care how, not care when. That's hard. But if you can maybe play around with that, I'm not necessarily saying that it's going to manifest this person making a specific decision, but it will manifest quicker open doors of opportunity, whether it's this person or someone else. Again, I'm not going to give away too much that's in one of my paid courses, but your focus and your thoughts on a particular subject matter play a drastic role in affecting the way things unfold. So that's what I think I would try to do if I was you. Just see if you can just relax and not care. As stupid as that sounds, I know it sounds stupid. It will greatly increase the chances of either A, them not backing out, or B, an open door of opportunity making itself available very, very soon. Does that make sense? All right, that's about all I can say about that right there.
Okay, and then also, since there was like a little bit of confusion on your reading, you can reach out to me in email and let me know if we got that wrong. And then we'll figure out what to do after that. Okay, so next we have Danielle, who is a Leo. Why did my husband beg me to move to Utah from what's MI, Michigan?
I believe so.
Love / stop cheating, drive his side chick away, increase risk, making cheating more fun, or what? I did move June 2024, but have left him since, moving back to Michigan, but he or his side chick attacked my life. I need to know if his intentions were to get me there to hurt me, or her idea that he couldn't stop. And if his, why beg me to move to Utah? And then I also showed him the email that you sent over to, so he is aware of everything that you sent.
Yeah,
remember that?
Yeah, and I'm not going to play multiple choice when I do a tarot reading. I'm going to look at this person's energy and just get a general idea of this person's energy. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. So, first of all, this individual is a very, very confused person that doesn't know what the hell he wants. I think it's something, first of all, I don't know if you care or not, but this is uncleared karma, by the way, past life karma. I think what he was trying to, I'm not allowed to spy on the close personal details of somebody's personal private life. But I'm thinking that, he's the type of person that doesn't want to spend too much time sitting alone by himself. And maybe something was going wrong in his love life. And he wanted to just set it up so that, just in case something goes wrong, I can jump back to you if I have to, And yeah, very, 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 very confused, lost, broken individual. Very confused. And has a hell of a demon attached to him. That barely scratches the surface. There's not a lot of words that I can put behind this person's intentions. I can tell you this right now, a person who's this lost, broken, and confused, you're never going to be able to figure out his intentions. It's not going to work that way. And the harder you try to figure out his intentions, the more you're going to drive yourself insane. And because it's so deep and convoluted and sick and twisted that there is no logic behind it. There's no logic behind it. I would probably go as far as to say that this person is leaning on the narcissistic spectrum. So when you're dealing with somebody like that, it's not as cut and dry as, I'm doing this because of this. Like they pop their head off the pillow in the morning and they have this elaborate plan mapped out. They don't work like that. It's much more in psycho fantasy fairy tale land. It makes no fucking logical sense. Let me see what the second spread says. Yeah, it was the best way I could explain it logically. The best words that I could give it is to have a backup plan close to it. Because, I mean, you have to think somebody walking in that energy is not going to hold a successful, healthy relationship with anyone. So you know that the relationship that he's in right now is a rocky, shaky shit show that's holding on by a thread. I'm not spying on the details of his life, just knowing how energy behaves, I can tell you that. So the closest thing that I could probably say to give any kind of logical explanation to it is to have some sort of backup plan close to him, because he thought his relationship was going to fall through. And he's so fucked up inside that he doesn't want to sit with himself for too long. So he wants a guaranteed backup plan so that I can jump straight from this to this if I have to, if that makes sense. So, yeah, it's a lot deeper and more complex than that, but that's the only thing that I can really give words to and some sort of logical explanation. So, yeah. All right.
Okay, so next we have...
When you get a chance, can you turn that fan on?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're going to have to go with the switch. Do you want me to read it out loud?
Yeah.
Okay, next is for Ricky Lee, who is a Cancer. Do I have somebody coming in for me as a love interest? I am single and have been for a long time.
Well, we can see what's due to come in and see if there are any blockages. Most of the time, probably 75% of the time, when you're single like that for a really long time, it's usually because there's some kind of energetic blockage. Not always, but we'll see. We got the Page of Cups there and the Six of Cups reversed. That's what I thought. Six of Cups reversed is past energy that was never released. Now, let me preface this before I move on, because I get more pushback for that than anything else in my line of work. When I say you have past energy with you, that does not mean that you love a past person. It does not mean that you miss them. It does not mean that you've been thinking about them. It doesn't even mean that you remember their name. What it means is whatever happened in your last relationship never got released. It got buried into the pit of your subconscious mind. And eventually you just kind of, got comfortable with it. Or maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I don't know how. You say it's been a long time. I would imagine that it's probably not on the forefront of your mind what happened with the last person. But Six of Cups reversed, Seven of Swords, whatever it was. Yeah, that is serving as an energetic blockage because, yes, there is a new soul contract that is due to come in, but it is on a completely different vibrational frequency. Completely different. So that's going to demand a completely different version of you. Not suggest, but demand. So when I say that, what I mean is, if I gave you that person's name and address right now, you could go knock on their door and the two of you wouldn't even be able to hold a conversation. If you're not vibrationally aligned, you could be stuck in a broken down elevator with them for 4 hours and nothing would come of it. You probably would, honestly, when you're not vibrationally aligned, you wouldn't even like each other. You would probably get on each other's nerves and want to get the hell away from each other. So let's see. Yeah, see? That's your person. Yeah, so I don't think you have any big miscellaneous soul contracts due to come in. Like I said, most of the time, about 75% of the time, when somebody is single for a really, 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 really long time, that's usually the case. There are exceptions to that. Like sometimes it is timing. sometimes maybe the next person due to come in is still working on another soul contract they're not done with, and all kinds of other stuff. But I do think that this one here, the main thing is still unresolved, unfinished business that you haven't released. Now, when you say a long time, I don't know how long you're talking, but I can tell you this. When it gets to a point where it's been so long that you're kind of forgetting about it, that makes it a lot harder to dig up and heal. It's like childhood trauma. Makes it much harder to dig up and process through. So, yeah, if and when you're able to go on a crazy healing journey and release as much past energy as possible, yeah, I could see the next person due to come in as a divine life partner. So, yeah, I can't give you any kind of time frame. It just depends on the energetic pathway you take. I would say that if you decided right now to go on a crazy fucking healing journey, you could probably make that happen in the next year to 2 years.
Okay, next we have Jean, who is a Gemini. What's due to come in next for me in love?
I kind of like to know how long I've been single. I don't have to.
If you are in the chat, how long have you been single?
Yeah. I don't have to know. It's not mandatory, but I like to be able to give more detailed explanations. I love this deck.
I want to see you read with it.
I just did a minute ago. Boom, Devil. King of Pentacles reversed. Death reversed. Okay. So I don't really know how long you've been single, so I can't dig too deep, but I do think you're going to be tested with the Devil card here and the Three of Cups and the Death reversed. You're going to be tested somehow, some way. Yeah. Now, the good news there is that means that it's time to level up. So whatever it is that's actually due is at a different level. So far, I'm not seeing any karmic wheels or any past. Well, I got the Death reversed here indicating past energy, but basically that just means you're going to be tested to see if you need to repeat a past cycle. So yeah, that means that's a good thing. That means it's time to level up. I can't really give you a good approximate ballpark time frame of what kind of time you're working with. I don't know how long you've been single. Don't know how long your last relationship was. Those things matter. Let's see if there's any advice. Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Cups reversed. Yeah, so I kind of got to skim the surface here without really knowing much about your situation. Just know that when you're tested, first of all, you're not tested with anything that you haven't been through before. It's going to mirror, it may even, for some people, a lot of times, probably about 60% of the time when they're tested, it's the exact same situation, scenario, and everything. And when you're tested, here's another thing too. There's only one exception to this, but a test, when a test is presented to you, it doesn't force its way into your life. You know how when you have a soul contract, it's kind of like your life unfolds in a way that makes it extremely difficult to avoid. Like, you're never forced to do anything, but it kind of comes together on its own. And your life unfolds in such a way that brings you together with that person naturally and organically. With a test, it's not really like that. It's not going to force its way into your life, with one exception. The only exception to that would be if you're being tested on your boundaries. So if one thing you need to learn is how to set boundaries, then yes, you may be tested by somebody trying to shove their way into your life. But most of the time, that's not really the case. So yeah. Again, can't really give much of a ballpark time frame. Be picky and choosy what the energy feels like. It's going to be tempting. That's the thing about being tested. It's very tempting. It's extremely tempting. And, you know, it's going to be basically what the underlying purpose of most tests are, is to see whether or not you're actually at an abundance vibration, you know, because people who are on an abundance vibration are not desperate. Desperation will cause you to drink poison just because you're thirsty, you know. So you'll be tested. Best case scenario, you slide right past it, never even realize it. Those results aren't typical. Worst case scenario, you get sucked back in and repeat a past cycle. Usually most people fall somewhere in the middle. Don't be afraid to walk away from something that feels funny or doesn't add up. Confusing behavior, that burning feeling in the pit of your gut that something's off, that you're being lied to, that, you know, you definitely want to pay attention to those feelings. Okay. All right.
Okay. Next is for Janice, who is a Taurus. Is the soul contract with Virgo complete now? Haven't heard from him in 10 weeks. Now I can barely feel him in my energy anymore.
Ooh, that's not good. That's not good.
Why?
Because it takes a much longer time than that to release somebody's energy. You don't really feel him in your energy. Don't let it slip under there and forget about it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because you're definitely going to want to continue transmuting.
Well, I guess it depends how long they were connected for as well, too, right?
Not really. I mean, kind of. I mean, even if it was just a little 1 or 2 month long fling that you didn't give a shit about, to actually get that person's energy out of your field could take 10 months to a year, potentially. And not feeling it and forgetting about it, that's not releasing it. So just make sure that you're working on transmuting the energy. But let me just see
She says
if the contract is complete.
he was supposed to be a karmic life partner, but I can't make him unblock me since March. So then, especially if he was supposed to be a karmic life partner,
Yeah. No, this is not complete. No. Well, so that's the thing. If it's a karmic life partner, that means the contract is not complete unless the two of you stay together until death does you part. Then that's what a karmic life partnership would be. So if you're not together, then no, by default, that contract is not complete. 10 of Cups, 6 of Wands reverse. No, it's an incomplete contract. So, yeah. And the only thing you can really do is work on cutting the karmic contract. And you do that by transmuting it. And transmuting it takes time. It is a good thing. Oh, it's definitely a positive when you barely feel the person in your energy. That's a positive thing, but you got to be really careful because it's really, really, really easy to let that just slip under your subconscious and then just go off and forget about it, not thinking about it no more. You know, it's really easy to do that. And in which case you're still karmically tied and you'll be back in the next lifetime trying it all over again. So keep it on your mind. Don't let yourself completely forget about it. Make sure that you're working to transmute it and create. Basically, transmuting it is you're creating a new meaning behind the whole experience. That takes time. I don't know why some people get so mad at me when I tell them this, because I guess they're in just a hurry to move on, you know, but energy does not behave that way. You're not going to run a mile in 2 minutes. You're not going to completely shed somebody's energy in a month or two. So, yeah, it's not complete, but you're making good progress. You are making good progress. It's good that you basically aren't swallowed up by the emotional aspect of it. But no, it's not complete. It's not complete, but you're on a good path. I would, if I was you, my number one priority for 2026 would be healing and evolving. You know, and yeah, you're on a pretty good path though. So, all right.
Next is for Sally, who is a Gemini. I like a guy from church. We seem to stare at each other, but find it hard to make conversations. Does he like me? We are both shy and quiet. Also, I'm single for 3 years, divorced for a year of that. His parents are both sick with cancer, so he has a lot to deal with, and I don't want to read into something that's not really there between us, but I'm not sure.
Five of Pentacles reversed. Temperance. Okay. All right. Well, I do think there is an attraction there. So, you know, when you ask, does somebody like me, that's a layered question. You know, because it's hard to actually like someone that you've never really talked to. So, is there a physical attraction? Yeah, I think so. You already called this right here, though. You know, he's wrapped up in clearing a bunch of karma in his life. You know, it may not just be limited to his parents, but he is wrapped up in a bunch of shit right now. But there is an attraction, yeah, there is, absolutely. That's about all this first spread is saying here. I can't really get much more out of that. I guess I should get some advice out of the next spread. See, 9 of Wands. Well, first of all, like I say all the time, when it all comes down to it, there shouldn't be too much confusion between you and another person. And that's across the board. Even if it's a harmless situation, even if both of you have nothing but the best of intentions, even if you're both really good people, confusion indicates an energetic disconnect that if it's not cleared like pretty quickly, it's very, very difficult to work through. And yeah, he's a very, very, very scared, nervous, shy individual. And I mean, you got to think that, yes, there is an attraction here, but breaking through that energy can cause a lot of tension to build. So I'm not going to say do or don't initiate this with this person. I'm just going to say it would take a lot of patience, you know, because when somebody's shy like that, that indicates they have some insecurities, they're nervous, they have low self-confidence, low self-esteem. And, you know, that can be quite a bit of energy to work through. It can be, especially if you all are mirroring each other in that aspect, it can be really easy to get frustrated with each other. So it would just take a lot of patience if you did that. But I think that if the two of you could work through that energy, you could probably make something happen. Probably. But it would take a lot of patience, though, because he's very guarded and very nervous and very scared. So, all right.
All right, next is for Angel, who is a Gemini. I'm manifesting my divine life partner. Is it possible that we may meet in person before the end of the year?
You're not going to manifest him if you're wondering about a timeline. It doesn't work that way. You won't manifest that person until you completely forget all about it. You will not meet that person until it's the last fucking thing on your mind. It's going to be the last person you would ever expect. It's going to be at the most random, unexpected time in the craziest, unexpected way. And if you're thinking about it, if you're looking for it, if you're waiting on it, you're blocking it. You are blocking it. I don't know if you happen to grab my course on manifesting financial abundance, but in that course, I break down and explain the process behind the actual quantum physics behind how the manifestation process works. And when you are thinking about it, when you're looking for it, not only is that intrinsically indicative of a lack of vibration. So by default, if you were a vibrational match to your divine life partner, you wouldn't be looking forward or thinking about it anyway. But from a scientific perspective, you are standing in the way and blocking it while you're doing it. So I can't give you a time frame on that. Can't do that, but I can see, I guess, what your energy looks like. Magician in the upright, that's good. Hierophant, that's good. You will be tested. You will. I know you hear me say this a lot, but I'm going to tell you that right now. Oh, especially when you're manifesting your person, you will be tested. Especially when you begin to step into that energy that will attract that person. An abundance vibration means I'm abundant in here. When I'm abundant in here, I'm not really all that worried about whether or not I'm with somebody. That's the hardest thing to explain, because I'm not saying that you just want to go be alone and be by yourself. Some people do, but it's a vibrational state where I'm fulfilled with myself. I'm not worried about being in a relationship. I'm not worried about needing somebody to make me happy. So I'm abundant. And then that's a very attractive energy. And you will attract several potential love offers and love interests. You're heading in the right direction. You are heading in the right direction with the Hierophant and the Magician and the Empress and the Upright. But like I said, you're going to be tested. But no, you can't give a time frame to that. That's one thing that a lot of mainstream law of attraction teachers, they leave out, is that you cannot manifest while worrying about a time frame. You can't do that. You can't do that. It will block it. It will cancel it. Let's see. Or best case scenario, just seriously slow the process down. Best case scenario. There's still a very specific energy that I'm looking for here that I'm not seeing yet. Queen of Wands reversed. 3 shuffles. 1, 2, and 3. Knight of Swords reverse. There's 10 of Cups. Okay, so you're headed in the right direction. 7 of Swords again. Definitely headed in the right direction. Like I said, just a few little things that needs to be noted. A few little things, and that is, first, keep in mind you're going to be tested. But when you're in an abundance vibration, you'll pass a test by default. Because when you're in an abundance vibration, you're going to be really, really sensitive to what energies you allow into your field. You're not just going to let any random Joe Blow waltz into your life. You'll be super sensitive, right? Because it's not our divine life partner that we're looking for. We're looking for love, happiness, and abundance. That's a vibration, right? We have to match the vibration first, and then we attract that person. You know, when you match that vibration, you're going to be sensitive to who you allow into your life. And then eventually you're just going to completely forget all about it and not be thinking about it. And it'll probably be inconvenient when you're focused on something else, when you just got a new job or you're thinking about this or whatever. And I could see it potentially happening within the next year, potentially. But I would recommend just allow. Step back, and step in the right energy and just say, all right, universe, I'm going to let you do it whenever. Don't go chasing it down. Don't go trying to make it happen. Don't look for it, because I promise you, if you do attract that person, mark my word, you're going to look back on it and realize you never would have been able to figure out how to make that happen in a million years on your own. It is obviously divinely guided. So I could see it possibly happening in the next year, yes.
Plus, it's not fun when you know that they're when they're coming, because then you're like freaking out everywhere you go, and like I know I've shared my experience before, but there are some new faces. But I like was told that I was gonna meet somebody I'm gonna be with, and I obviously fucked it up because I knew, or at least I thought I knew. And everywhere I go, I'd be like, "Oh, is anyone in here? Is anyone here?" Or like I go to the gas station, I'll be like, "No, they're all ugly." Or like I was just overly analyzing, and I was just like nervous because I was like, anyone who would talk to me, I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, is this them?" And it wasn't, or I pushed it away because I was just looking for it too much, and then it ended up not happening. And the psychic who gave me that reading, they were like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna have." I don't remember if they said they have a son or something like that. And then so anyone I would meet, I'd be like, "Oh, do you have a son?" And they'd be like, "What?" But I was like trying to like weed out like who it wasn't. And then they say no, I'd be like, oh, okay, like next. And then it was just so silly because I was just like so desperate and I really wanted to be in a serious relationship. And I ended up like, giving up and being like, wow, I guess I wasn't even real then, whatever. But now that I understand energy and stuff, I think it's just I completely pushed it away because I was too focused on it.
Yeah. What time frame was that? How long before we met was that?
Honestly, I probably still have it in my calendar because I wrote it on my calendar.
So I'm trying to figure out if that was predicting me or not.
It wasn't, because it was like, hold on, let me see if I can go what year. When did we meet?
In 2019.
I almost want to say it was like 2018-ish. It was like February or something. Let's see. Was it 2018 or 17? I don't know. I'm going to go look though and see because I think that's like really funny. How do I go and look at like the year? Like how do I open up? Oh, here we go. Oh, right here. Look. You gotta pay that ticket. Never mind. That's not ticket.
You got a ticket?
I never got a ticket. That's weird because no. I actually have to look though. Angels game. Luke Bryan. Okay, no, hold on. Oh, look, Shelby's wedding. Oh my gosh. Hold up.
You never gone back
so
that
funny.
and looked at all that?
I have not looked at my old calendar in so long. I know it's around here somewhere. Because I was like, you guys, meet new man this month. I swear to God, I made it in my calendar February 2019. I guess that was actually close. When we met.
4 months later?
Okay, that's weird. That is weird. Because look, I made a thing. I was like, meet new man this month. So I was like, I got to get my hair done. I got to get my nails done. I got to look good because I'm going to meet my man this month. So isn't that weird? February? And then we met.
Put it on there the day before my birthday.
That's creepy. Okay. And then we met or we started talking in July, right?
No, we started talking in
July 1st.
Oh, yeah. July 1st.
So I was waiting all February, all March, probably April, and then I was like, fuck it.
And so it was 6 months.
Yeah.
Did the psychic say it was going to be in February?
He said, I think I was getting the reading and he was like, in 13 months. Oh. So I just like went ahead like 13 months and then I just did a thing.
Oh, okay.
Like he didn't say what month. He just said like a certain amount of months.
That's interesting. So that would have been January 2018 that you got that reading? Because that'd be 13 months prior to February 2019. Yeah,
I didn't see it on here.
Yeah, that's
actually crazy. I have not looked at that.
That wouldn't have been good timing. I was living in Phoenix.
Well, it's not like you were gonna come find me anyways. Right. I think I fucked up that timeline, and then I ended up attracting you on a different timeline. But wow, that's weird.
That's interesting.
So funny. We have not looked at that together.
That is interesting.
But see, like I actually put it in my calendar. That's how obsessed I was. So yeah. Anyways, next we have D, who is an Aquarius. Is my ex a karmic soulmate or a twin flame?
Do you think that's the only two options that we have to choose from? The twin flame game is a game that is being played by very few entities. Very few. Very, very few. Well, I can tell you this much right now. You're karmically tied now. I can tell you that. I don't need a tarot card to tell you that. If you weren't, you wouldn't even be asking about them. So I don't know if you all were karmic partners when you first came together, but I can tell you that you are now. So let's get 3 shuffles. 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, she said, oh yeah, karmic soulmate, or twin flame. Not sure.
Well,
I know those are kind of like...
Every person that you've ever had come into your life and play any kind of role whatsoever is a very near and dear soulmate. Your teachers at school, your friends at school, your haters, your worst enemies. Everybody is a near and dear soulmate. But if I had to give this one with the death card reversed and the devil reversed, I don't have the karmic wheel here. But I would have to probably say past life karma. So you know what that means, right? You know what karma means. It just means unfinished business from a past life. So all it means is you all had a soul contract in a past life and it got messed up somehow. So you agreed to come back and try it again in this lifetime. The reason, well, my contention is that the reason why the word karma is so ubiquitously maligned in the spiritual community is because coming together with a past life karmic soulmate is no different than energetically trying to reconcile with your ex. On an energetic level, it's the exact same thing. But there's a caveat to it. You don't remember why the unfinished business feeling is there. It just feels like a really explosive, intense feeling of soul recognition. And the ego brain can't process why it feels that way because this ego brain wasn't there when that energy was created. So, you know, there's another layer of energy that you have to work through, and that's a lot more challenging in the next lifetime. The fucking karma game is rigged to work against you. I don't know if there's maybe a handful of humans who have ever walked the face of this earth who have beat the karma game. It is rigged to work against you. It is such a fucking convoluted mess of a trap. It's just let's see what the second spread says. Definitely a codependency attachment. Okay, so I don't have the karmic wheel here, but I do think that you all have been working on something for many, many lifetimes that you can't seem to get right. So if I had to give it a title, you know, like one of those little categoric titles, I would probably say karmic. Because, you know, my past life card's coming out, Tower reversed, and the 5 of Pentacles. That could be indicative of past life karma. I just don't have the karmic wheel here. But, like I said, regardless of what you were when you first came together, you're karmically tied now. If you weren't, you wouldn't even be asking about it. So, yeah, hope that answers that.
Okay, so next we have Rachel, who is an Aries. I'm an Aries, March 30th, and my crush is a Virgo, September 12th. We were friends, but my crush cut the contact because I had feelings for him. I still have feelings for him, but not like before. I recently reached out to him on his birthday, and talk to me, but the second that I told him that I wanted to be friends again, he said that he wasn't available and it had nothing to do with me. Just yesterday, someone told me that he had a minor bike accident, and it's around the same time that we spoke. Thank God he's okay, first and foremost, but is this minor accident the reason why he doesn't want to be friends? I personally don't feel it to be the reason.
Well, I mean, he already cut contact with you because you had feelings for him. So that is kind of a clear indication that no. I don't really think I need a tarot card to tell you that. If you tell me you have feelings for me, the only reason I would cut contact with you is if I'm not interested in you. We can see, I guess, what the energy looks like. Queen of Swords reversed. King of Cups reversed. Nah. So that kind of put a permanent dent in his perception of you when you told him that. So now he's never really, the way he sees it, he's never really going to be able to look at you the same. You have to understand, first of all, Aries and Virgo is an extremely challenging energetic combination. But if you're dealing with a Virgo, you are going to be dealing with the most over-analytical fucking person you've ever met in your life. And they're going to be analyzing every fucking thing about you. And, yeah, so I just don't think that for whatever reason he decided to cut contact. I don't think he's going to be able to overlook that and just go back to what it was before you told him the truth. So, no, I think he just used that as a good excuse.
I thought it was going to be there's someone else taking care of him. Like another girl.
As far as it being the reason, I mean, there may be, but we're looking at what the reason was. I don't think that was the reason. I think the reason was, once you tell me that, if I'm trying to paint a picture in my mind of being friends with a female that I have absolutely zero interest in whatsoever, and then her telling me she has feelings for me. And me being like, oh shit, oh no, I'm good. And then her contacting me later saying, can we be friends? I'm gonna be like, no. It's not gonna be the same.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not allowed to spy on the details of somebody's life if it comes out. Okay, well, there's the Three of Cups. So yeah, and the Three of Pentacles right next to it. Yeah, I do think that there is some kind of third energy involved in there somewhere, plus the Seven of Cups. So there's definitely another person or persons involved somehow, some way, shape, form, or fashion. But I think the main reason is that put a permanent dent in his perception of the connection. So it's a very odd, interesting situation.
Yeah.
I'd like to know more details about it. I mean, not for this reading, just in general. I'm curious because, that sounds like a very unique situation. So now I think he just used that as an excuse. Virgo is going to be over analytical, going to analyze everything. And it's really, 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 really easy to knock a Virgo off balance, throwing things off. If you knock a Virgo's routine off, in any way, they get all weird and shit,
So are we still in Virgo season or is it Libra now?
Tomorrow's the first day of fall. So I think, is today the first day? Is it today or tomorrow? Let's see. When is the first day of Libra season 2025? Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow. Today's the last day of Virgo.
Wow.
I'm not the biggest fan in the world of Virgo season. Not really. I know I have a heavy, heavy Virgo influence, but I don't know. I don't, a lot of people like their seasons. I Like, I don't really care for Aquarius season or Virgo season.
I just don't like September. That's like my least favorite month. September. Because it's like August is cool because you kind of know it's the last month of summer, kind of. Well, I guess September is too. But August is like everybody goes back to school, you go school shopping, or I don't know, there's just like more things to do in August. And then it's September. And then it's like a long dreaded month before you can do the holidays and the fun things. Because then you got October just creeping around the corner. And then you got to wait for September first. And it's just like, September, you're in the way. You're in the way, September.
Mine is March. I feel the same way about March. I can't stand it.
I like March.
March, because like I'm the type, I get sick of every season right at its end. I don't know if it's just because I know that it's coming to an end and I'm trying to hurry it, but every season, once it comes to an end, I'm tired of it. So March, that's around the time I'm getting sick of the cold. I'm like, okay, it's been cold long enough. I'm sick of it. I'm ready for it to warm up. And March is that month that just kind of drags along and teases you.
That's how I feel about September. Because I think in other places right now, isn't it like cooling down and it's like the leaves are falling already?
No, well, not
fall.
really. It will be here in the next couple of weeks, especially way up in the East Coast. Is when you're going to start seeing that. But then October is mainly when you really start seeing, like smelling the smell in the air and seeing the leaves changing and whatnot. But
yeah. Okay, so how are you doing? Are you doing good?
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get up in a second. So let me read this and then I'll be right back. All right, so next we have Sparky John, who is a Capricorn. And it says, what are my ex's intentions?
I need a lot more information than that.
Oh. Are you in the chat?
Yeah. Is this person talking to you? Are they trying to like get back with you? Like what? Are you all in communication or... Because, like, for example, if this is somebody you haven't talked to in 6 months, then, you know, that would be very, very different than if this is maybe this person tried to reach out to you last week and you're wondering, you know what I'm saying? So I need quite a bit more information than that. And it would be nice to know, did things end on bad terms? You know, don't have to, but I'd kind of like to know if you all are in contact or how long it's been since you've talked.
Okay, so
What?
I was trying to give him a second if he's here, but I don't know if I should just email him. I'll just email. All right, next is for Kristen Go, who is a Pisces. It says, will this past person reach out? That person is a Libra. Past person.
You got room?
Yeah.
Six of Pentacles reversed. Knight of Pentacles reversed. We got all of our action and communication cards reversed. So this individual, for some reason, is very convinced that if they did reach out, it would just be a bunch of drama. So I think they're kind of holding back and just not wanting the drama. I don't know why they think that. I don't know maybe if things ended badly or if you gave this person reason to think that there would be drama or if they're just projecting shit onto you. I don't know. But at least right now in this moment, they're holding back a lot. Maybe they don't have anything nice to say. Maybe the reason why they think there would be drama is because there would be on their end. You know, I don't know. But It's looking like they're really holding back right now. Let's see if anything else want to come through. Eight of Pentacles reversed. Ace of Cups reversed. Hierophant reversed. Devil reversed. So this person hasn't moved on from this. Make no mistake about it. But Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups reversed. I think well, first of all, this person doesn't even know how to approach you if they were going to reach out. They wouldn't even really know how to break the ice. But again, for some reason, this person believes that if they did reach out, it would be drama and toxicity. For some reason, they don't trust that the two of you would be able to get to some level of being civil together or, see any kind of success together. They're just afraid it would be a bunch of messy drama. So at least right now, I don't know how long you all have been separated. But at least for right now, they're really holding back. And, if this is, now I would say this, if this is something that's been a while, I don't know how long it's been since you all have separated, then I feel like the tension is building a little bit, and that could increase the chances the more time goes on. But yeah, right now they're really holding back big time. Big time.
We need sage.
We do?
Yeah. We always do.
Mm.
Is that enough fan? I forgot to turn it up for you.
A little more would be nice.
I guess it's already on too. Oh, wait a second. Well, I was going to say if we have smoke, maybe we want it to go the other way. But then you might not feel it. Why does it always look like just sticks and stems? You notice that? Like, where's the leaves?
I mean, they're in there.
I know. Okay, let's make it go the other way. So then the smoke can just go upwards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The wintertime one. Because the wintertime, you want the fan to like suck everything up and then out. And then the summertime, you want everything to blow down.
Before we moved into this house, I never, ever thought of having a ceiling fan that could change directions.
What? Oh, I've done that in all of our in all the houses.
I never knew that.
Except the California house, because we didn't have any ceiling fans.
I didn't know you could make a ceiling fan change directions.
Yes, there's a little switch up there that you...
Well, I didn't grow up with ceiling fans in my house.
Oh, well, that's probably why.
So...
That was a bummer. Like the California house, we didn't have any ceiling fans. We had to buy all those fans.
We just had these ugly doo-doo ass chandelier looking things.
Oh no, that's getting big. Okay.
For a $1.2 million house, that was very disappointing.
That's inflation. I don't think the house is really 1.2 million. There's no way.
It was there.
I mean, I guess location-wise, it could be. But all right, where are we at? Okay, Marian. Am I saying your name right? Who is a Sagittarius. Will my Aquarius ex Bobby pay me back all the money he owes me or keep avoiding me to take his Jeep back? Pretty sure he's a narcissist. He owes me more than $10,000, but that's what I'm aiming for at minimum. He blocks me and then unblocks me. He has been letting me use his Jeep since he drained me of my money, but his coldness makes me wonder if he's planning something.
No, Aquarians are just cold in general. That doesn't mean they're planning something. It just means they're shutting the switch off. First, I want to see if this is even part of your all soul contract. That's the main thing I want to see. Nine of Cups, Judgment. Yeah, I don't even think this was part of the soul contract. Lovers reversed, yeah. So the only thing I can really do is look at this person's energy, because this isn't going according to plan. It wasn't, none of this was supposed to even be happening this way. So now you all are karmically tied, definitely. This is a really, really strong karmic tie. I can look at this person's energy, but if you got an Aquarius that's going cold on you,
you screwed, boo.
No. When they go cold on you, they turn it off.
Too bad we can't all have that wonderful trait.
Well, the reason Aquarians do that isn't what you would think. It's because they know that there is no middle ground. Mm-hmm. Either I turn it off or I let it all out. If I let it all out, I will likely end up in prison.
Oh, jeez.
Because I'm going to do something really fucking ugly.
Because you guys are actually very emotional.
Yeah. So it's like a defense mechanism. Because there is no handling it. There is no thinking about it and handling a middle ground. I either turn it off or let it out. So that's 95% of the time when you got an Aquarius that's just going cold on you, that's the reason why. Because they're holding something back. And if they let it all out, is best case scenario going to make them look like a fucking complete and total psychotic lunatic. Tower. See, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think this person has any intentions of it right now with the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Not really. I don't think he's making any plans to try to make that happen. He's kind of, hoping that somehow this will just get dropped and forgotten about, So at least right now, in the current moment, this isn't even supposed to be going down like this. This wasn't part of the soul contract. So now this is creating a shitload of karma. And right now, I think that, if he could, he would. But if he could, he wouldn't have needed to borrow 10 grand from me to begin with, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Right now, in the current moment, he's not really making any plans of it. But that could change because we're going through a lot of economic changes right now. A whole lot. So that could change, but right now I don't think he's making any plans to do that.
She said, I know exactly what you're talking about when it comes to him being Aquarius. Yes, those special Aquarians. We love them.
What do you mean special?
I feel like you're not like a normal Aquarius to me, though. Or I'm just used to Aquarian energy because like my mom's Aquarius and she basically, I spent most of my years growing up with just my mom. So I guess I kind of know how to deal with that energy. I don't know. And then he's Aquarius, Nevaeh's Aquarius. Who else is Aquarius? I just feel like I'm surrounded by Aquarius.
Well, I've on my path and on my journey, I've been making it a really strong point to like work through some of the negative, because every sign has negative traits that come with it that are challenging, that you're going to have to work through and work with. And I've been making it a really strong point to zero in and focus on the negative aspects and the challenges that come along with Aquarius energy and try to work through it and overcome it. So I hope I'm not a normal Aquarius. I try to make it a very strong point to not let myself get labeled by those negative traits that Aquarians are labeled by. So,
well, you're definitely the coolest Aquarian I've ever met.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
And you're kind of silly sometimes. I think it's because you do have Sag in your chart.
Yeah, I got a shitload of Sag in my chart.
So you can be kind of funny.
A shitload. I got like 5 planets?
Yeah.
4 or 5? No, I think
know.
it's 4 Sag and 1 Aries. I got a lot of fire.
Yeah, you do.
That's where the majority of my masculine energy comes from in my chart. Is the Aquarius and then all the fire signs.
So isn't your chart then you're mostly feminine then?
No.
Oh.
60% masculine, 40% feminine.
Oh, okay.
Remember, you're straight 50-50, straight down the middle.
I'm 50-50, so it's depends on my day.
Yeah.
Do I want to be a man today or do I want to be a woman? Someone called me a them yesterday. A them. Okay, whatever. I don't know. I just feel like clearly I don't know. I don't even want to get into this. It's just, what the fuck?
We were in a
What makes you think I'm a them? I feel like how? But I was dressed up.
We were in a gothic convention, so you have to understand that's the type of environment we were in. But maybe she just wanted to avoid getting yelled at because we were surrounded by people that would probably fucking attack you if you called them the wrong pronoun.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I was like, how did you look at me? And we were talking for a while, but how did you even get the idea in your head that I could be a them?
She made it a really strong point to enunciate it very loudly. She said, "Is that your person behind you?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh, I gave them an extra bag." Okay. All right, lady. That's cool. Whatever.
Oh, I feel insulted. What? What? Call me a bitch all day long, but you call me a them? Oh, that is personal.
Oh, well. We had fun, though.
We did have fun.
It was cool.
But you can usually tell, how people are dressed up. Okay, they might have a pronoun or this or that. But, I didn't feel like I was fitting that description. So that's why I was, a little thrown off.
I mean, you had your face painted and,
My face was not painted. I had makeup on.
You had black. You got heavy ass black shit on your eyes. And we were in that kind of environment
I know,
where probably 90% of the people in there have some kind of fucking pronoun.
Okay. Anyways, moving on. We have Kat, who is an Aries. Says, I texted my ex after a year of no contact to say I forgave him after I witnessed a shooting while out on a walk in my neighborhood earlier this week. In the moment, I didn't really know what was going on and I feared for my safety. So I had a moment of thinking about how life is fleeting and I realized I didn't want to wait for him to reach out first for me to get things off my chest. So I texted him explaining what had just happened and that I forgive him in case he was wondering or worrying about that. The red receipt said he saw it within 20 minutes, but hasn't said anything, and it's been 4 days now. Why did he leave me on red? How does he feel about me? Does he hate me? I had the feeling before this that he missed me a lot, but maybe I was wrong. It feels wild that he wouldn't even acknowledge what I just experienced.
Well, first of all, I try to make it a really strong point in my videos that when you do that, when you send somebody a closure message, you can't go into it with any expectations of how you want that conversation to go. You can't go into it with any expectations of something other than closure happening. It's not a conversation. When we send a message to clear the air, the only thing that we should be worried about is clearing the air. That's it. And you're going to have to let that sit and wait. Usually, my magic number every time I've ever done it, 2 months. 2 months. I send somebody a closure message just for no reason other than energetic reasons only, to clear the air, because you're going to have to clear the air no matter what you want to do. It doesn't matter if you want to move forward and find something new or bring someone from the past back and give it another go. You're going to have to clear the air first. So yeah, definitely do the best you can to try to quit obsessing over that. You don't want to send a closure message with motives of hoping that there's a specific outcome to that. But I can see the person's feelings, energies, and intentions. I don't know. This person's nervous about this for some reason. They're very nervous about it. I just don't really think they trust the situation. You know, they don't really know what to think about it exactly. I wouldn't say. Actually, let me double check here real quick. Yeah, I don't have any cups on the table here. I don't have a single cup. So I don't think I would go as far as to say that this person misses you or loves you. But this situation, I think that made this person extremely nervous to see you show up in their inbox. And that's normal. That's totally normal. That's to be expected. So, like I said, you want to let that sit and chill and wait for a little bit. Give it a month, give it 2 months, and then feel it out energetically. But no, I think that just made this person extremely nervous. They don't know what your motives are, what your intentions are, why you would show. They didn't expect it, you know. So since it was so unexpected, I think it kind of just scared the shit out of them, honestly. Let's see what the second thread says. Three more shuffles. Here's 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, I think that the best description that I could give this person's energy is just very caught off guard. I think that you showing up in his inbox was the last thing he expected in a million years. And he was probably starting to get to a point where he's kind of forgetting about it and trying to stuff it down and push it away. He's probably been trying to do that for quite some time. And as soon as he starts kind of pushing it away and forgetting about it, boom, you show up in his inbox. He didn't expect it. So very confused, very nervous, and very caught off guard by this.
He should turn his red receipts off then. What a rookie.
So
you stop talking to somebody, that's like first thing you do is like turn red receipts off.
Yeah. But
and then now I wonder if he even knows that you read that you saw that he read it.
I mean, probably. But anyway, though, yeah. Let it chill for a little bit. Let that energy sink in. I would probably say around Christmas, New Year's. Feel it out and ask yourself how you feel about it. Ask yourself how you feel about it around Christmas or New Year's. I can almost guarantee you, I can't guarantee you that you're going to be ready to completely move past it, but you will feel a very, very significant energetic shift in 2 months if you just let that sink in for a little bit. And then ask yourself, am I interested in trying to revisit this? Maybe you will be, maybe you won't be. Cross that bridge when you get to it. All right.
Okay, next is for Anonymous.
Anonymous.
Who's a Sagittarius. My ex of 1.5 years, of whom we shared 2 kids together. We were in no contact, has just contacted me and looking to reconnect. I was just about to serve him. His initials are JP with birthday September 29th, 82. I am owed 5 years child support, and I feel like his return is just him messing with my head. My question is, will this go anywhere positive, or am I better off to cut ties again and serve him court papers for child support?
Okay. What are the signs involved again?
Sag and September 29th. So that's Libra.
Libra. Ace of Cups reversed. Reshuffle. 1, 2, and 3. Queen of Wands. I mean, I don't know if I would go as far as to say he's just trying to mess with your head. I think, if anything, all he's really trying to do is gauge you and feel you out and see where he stands with you, if that makes sense. You know, it's really complex. He's just trying to map you out and see where you are, whether or not you're still angry, whether you're letting things go, whether or not you love him and miss him and want to get back. He's just trying to gauge you and feel you out. But as far as why, I can't really get a clear picture on that here in this first spread with the King of Swords. Let me see if the second spread will say. Because, I mean, there would have to be some kind of reason as to why you would want to do that. Karmic wheel. Oh man. I don't really know if it is as cut and dry as having one specific set of intentions. Like, I want to reconcile with you, or I want to mess with your head, or, you know, it might be out of a little bit of fear. I think he could probably he's probably been living with the fear that you're going to serve him or go after him for child support or something like that.
Which is right.
Yeah. And so I think he's probably living in a little bit of fear and wanting to figure out how to manage the situation, you know? Or it could just be, it's just been weighing on him so heavily that he just wants to know for sure, because he probably loses sleep at night wondering if he's going to get served the next day when he wakes up, you know? So he's just trying to map you out and just see where he stands with you and see if he can mitigate the fucking energies of this situation. You know, I don't know if I would say that the energy looks like it could sustain a successful reconciliation. I don't know about all that. I would take that very, very slow. I don't think I would go there. If you do, go very, very slow. Very, 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 very slow. Because, I don't really have any cups. It's mainly, like I said, he's afraid, feeling you out, seeing where you stand. And if he does want to get back with you, it's not because he loves you and misses you. I don't know, because there's no feelings in there. So this is a really confusing situation. I would keep him at an arm's distance and take it very, very slow. But I would still serve him if I was you.
Serve his ass.
Yeah.
Because he's probably just coming back around because he, like, it's not probably genuine. It's just to cover his ass, right?
Yeah, something like that. Something along those lines.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how can I change the label on here. Oh, where is it? Okay. Okay. I'm still getting the list together, you guys. I know a bunch of people just bought more, so hang tight for just 1 second. Okay. I'm not sure if we're going to finish all of the people on the list because we're already at an hour and a half. So usually we go for like 2 hours, or if it gets drained before, like we'll stop. But I don't know. I'm not feeling like we're going to get to everybody that's on the list right now. So we'll probably have to do, I mean, we always come back for part 2. So if you're not right on this one, you're going to be on part 2. And we come back at 4 p.m. Pacific. So if you're at the end of that list and you don't want to sit around and wait, maybe just come back later. Because I can already tell. 5, 10, 15. Yeah. Like Gigi and Jan, you guys will probably be on part 2.
Yeah, I got a same day to do right after we're done with this too, don't I?
Yep.
Before I get my nap, I got to do a personal reading.
And that's only because it's the same day.
Yeah.
Just so people aren't like wondering.
Yeah, this is normally my day off. The only exceptions are same day readings. If you get a 24-hour reading, Sunday, and the only reason we're even working today is because we went to that thing yesterday. But Sunday is normally the day I don't do any work at all.
Yeah.
The only exception is if you order a 24-hour reading on Saturday, I'll do that. That's the only exception.
Okay, so next is for Courtney, who is a Gemini. I'm 41, just decided I want to try for a baby. Finally in a good place. Will it happen this year or ever?
Let's see if that's part of your life path. Whoops. That deck said no. Not to you, but to me.
Oh, yeah. Good thing you emphasized on that. It's like, oh, the deck just said no. You're never going to.
3 of Cups reversed. So the main thing I'm looking for, I'm not seeing a pre-birth contract where a member of your soul family agreed to play the role as your child in this lifetime. I'm not seeing that. But all is not lost. Let me see what we can do here. Most of the time, 95% of the time, if that was in your soul contract, it probably would have happened by now. But not always. There's exceptions to that. Let's see. Use this deck. Ooh, Knight of Wands, Judgment reversed. Okay, there we go. So this is where it gets confusing. This is where we start talking about writing new soul contracts in real time. So, as a long-term human, every long-term human walking the planet right now has humans all over the place that you have created some kind of karma with in some past life. But that doesn't mean that you set up some sort of soul contracts with every one of those people in this lifetime. Most humans only pick a little handful of contracts to work on in each lifetime. So there are beings out there that you do have karma with. So it is possible, if you put out a strong enough call, that you want to go ahead and take care of that in this lifetime. You could call forth an entity that you have some karma with, all happening in the now with your higher self, and they could answer the call and agree to come forward and knock out a current contract with you. Because if we're going that high up in dimensions, there is no time anyways. And this is where it gets really confusing. So when it comes to past lives and future lives, everything is all jumbled up all at the same time. So you would have to go way, way up above any linear time and put out that call. And you could make it happen, basically, is what I'm saying. But if we're going to think in terms of linear time, down here in the linear dimensions, there was not a pre-birth contract for a being to play the role as your child in this lifetime. So I would work on manifesting it if I was you. That's what I would do. I would work on manifesting it. Might take a little bit more work, but I would work on manifesting it. So, all right.
So this is this person's question. Can you read that and let me know if that's something you can read or if that's too general?
Yeah, that's a little general. Yeah, I mean.
Okay, that's too general. Sorry. If you can't think of like a specific question, I could refund you too. So.
I mean, that kind of.
Well, this was the first one. Was this one right here?
Yeah. Well, no. What I would ask, like, for what's next for me in regards to what?
So for the first one, the original question.
Yeah. What's
so we
next?
could do the original one, just like in regards.
Yeah, in regards to what? What's because right now we're all going through a phase right now where all of us, tarot readers, psychics, channelers, astrologers, are very limited in what we're allowed to know when it comes to the timelines of the coming months and years. Very, very limited. We're entering into a new world that none of us are going to be prepared for. None of us are. Even the most world-renowned channelers and psychics are going to be caught off guard by things that happen in the coming months and years. So, yeah, I'm going to have to kind of narrow it down a little bit.
Okay. Okay, next is for Janelle, who is a Cancer. What is the energy between Sam and I, trying to decide if I should move on from this connection?
So who is this person to you? I guess a past person? Is it a past person or somebody that you're like currently with?
Oh, yeah.
If you're in the chat. If I don't know that information.
Oh, she said yes.
Yes, what? It's a past person? Okay. Well, first I want to look at the soul contract and see if the soul contract was completed successfully. I don't think it's a completed soul contract. But here's the thing. This is what I like to call the snowball effect, or in some instances, depending on the situation, the karmic snowball effect, where since the primary law is the law of vibration, that means that let's say we get into an argument today. That throws out a vibration, right? And the vibrations you cast are sent back to you. So that vibration is going to come back around. And then once it comes back around, it's going to manifest again, and it's going to reinforce that vibration twice as strong. So now we're going to send it out twice as strong. And then the universe is going to send it back twice as strong. That's going to reinforce it 3 times as strong, and you're going to send it out 3 times stronger. And it keeps building and building and building and building and building. Now, if you're aware of energy and how things behave like that, and you're managing these energies and working through things, and we're working through our arguments together and stuff like that, then we're going to seriously mitigate the energetic effects of the vibrations that you cast. That has not really been a thing that's been working very smoothly between the two of you. So there's a big, big, heavy karmic snowball of energy between the two of you. So what's the energy? Very thick and heavy. That's what the energy is. Very thick and heavy. And it would require both of you, not just one person, not just the other person, not just the person who did wrong, not just the person who has the most issues, not just the person who's the primary antagonist or the primary catalyst for the majority of the problems, but both of you to open up and get real, raw, authentic, and vulnerable with yourselves. And I know it sounds simple, like we should easily be able to get 2 adults to do that, but it would blow your mind how hard it is to get 2 adults doing that together as a team. That's so fucking hard. It's not a completed soul contract, though. So you do have that working for you. That is one thing working for you. Let's grab the second spread. Sorry. Yeah, I'm glad you did that. I was about to say the drain's starting to hit me.
It's stage 30, y'all. Stage 30.
Nine of Wands. See, the energy is very thick and very, very heavy. A lot of tension between the two of you. So this is an incomplete soul contract. So I don't really want to be the one to tell you what you should or should not do. What I will tell you, though, is that it's going to require both of you to be on the same page at the same time. And, we're going to have to sit down and have a conversation, an honest conversation. We're going to have to let our guards down, put our egos aside, talk to each other like mature, grown adults, hear each other out without being defensive, without arguing with each other. And it's hard to get 2 adults to do that. It's hard. It sounds easy, but it's hard. And if the 2 of you could do that, cool. But I'm seeing when we have this energy, I don't know who's bringing this energy to the table, one, the other, or both of you. Whoever it is too guarded and doesn't want to let that guard down, it won't work. It won't work. It'll keep looping around and repeating the cycle and looping around and repeating the cycle. So do you think both of you could get on the same page together and do that inner work together as a team? And be patient and dedicated as you work through it, because it's a slow, gradual, transitionary process. It's not a switch you flip that makes everything go away overnight. If you think the 2 of you can slowly climb up out of that energetic mess, and you have the potential to do that together as a team, then by all means. But if not, it'll more than likely repeat the cycle if you try to give it another go.
She said, does thick energy build up the most when the 2 energies are coming back together?
What does that mean? Does it build up the most? It's already built up. You all already have this big energy that binding the 2 of you. So it's already built up. So when the 2 of you come back together, it's just going to bring it right back. Because see, unless one or the other of you has done some sort of energetic clearing, which most people don't because we don't know how, you're going to come back together. And then what's going to happen is the exact same energy that was present when the 2 of you parted ways is going to be right there in front of you. And you're going to basically be dealing with the same energy you was dealing with the last time you spoke. And it doesn't take long at all for that energy to start manifesting and expressing itself between the two of you. So yeah, it's already built up. It doesn't build up more or less depending on what you do. It's already there. So if that answers that question.
Okay, so Nikki, are you in the chat? Are you drained? Are you wanting to stop? Are you wanting to do any more?
The drain's kind of starting to hit me a little bit, but maybe if we could get a little bit more info on that, I could probably do that.
Okay. Oh, she's right here. All right, let me timestamp this. Hold on. Okay, so Nikki, who's an Aquarius, says, what's coming up for me? And then she said, me and my ex broke up 11 months ago. He moved on straight away within 2 months. So all I wanted to know is what's coming up for me in the next 6 months.
As far as
love or
new love, or is that what you mean? I can tell you he didn't move on. Jumping into a new relationship isn't moving on.
Yeah, she said in regards to love.
All right. Well, let's first look at the status of that soul contract, because that plays a major role in the energetic pathway. How did they say how long ago it was?
11 months ago.
11 months ago. Well, that's good, because now the most important thing is the next 2 or 3 months is when you're going to start taking your first few steps onto the healing path. So keep that in mind. That's the number one priority, is releasing the past energy. And if you let somebody come into your life and you haven't released any of that energy, then that's when we get stuck in codependency attachments and, just end up repeating a past cycle. Ooh, we got the Hangman there. You're going to be tested. That's what's coming up. So you've been on a little bit of a solo journey for a reason. But you're going to be the next individual you connect with is going to be a test. And this is telling me, it doesn't normally tell me this much here, but this is telling me that this should be not a difficult test somehow, some way. I don't know how, but it should immediately trigger something in you that tells you that something is off big time. Now, like I say this every time, but the best case scenario is you'll float right past it and not even realize it. Those results aren't typical, though, when I say that. It does happen sometimes, but 85% of the time that doesn't happen. Most of the time, you'll be presented with an opportunity and you'll acquiesce to dipping your toes in the water and seeing what it's all about. And then something just feels incredibly off, because it is. And then that's when we'll see, what are you going to do? Are you going to pay attention to the energy and follow your energy? Because if you do, you'll move past that, and most people are tested more than once, just to let you know, which means that next, all that's left is a divine life partner or a repeat of a past cycle. So I would say, though, that more than likely, the next person you connect with is going to be a test. So I've been seeing that a lot for the past couple of months, a whole lot. And that makes sense. You usually see stuff along those lines around the last quarter of the year, because we are making way for the next cycle. The new year, January 1st. Even though we all know that Aries season is the real new year, that doesn't mean that the new year that we all believe is the new year, it doesn't mean that we haven't manifested a very, very important new cycle, January 1st. So the last 3 months of the year is very important when it comes to clearing energy and figuring out which path you're going to take next and stuff like that. Let me see what advice we have. Be careful jumping head first into a relationship because you're feeling lonely. Be careful jumping into a relationship because someone makes you feel so good that you forget about all your problems. When something feels off, don't waste too much time overthinking and analyzing why it feels off. It doesn't matter. When energy feels off with a person, it's always one of three reasons. Either A, you're intuitively picking up on something that is off about that person. B, you have healing you need to do, and you're projecting your own shit onto them. The lens through which you view the world is so cracked and broken that you're not capable of picking up what they're putting down, even if they have the best intentions in the world. Or C, the two of you are such a vibrational mismatch that it's not even possible for the two of you to connect at a deep enough level to even begin picking up what each other's putting down. It's one of those three reasons. When energy feels off with a person, it doesn't matter which reason it is. When it feels off, that will lead to the demise of the connection, no matter why. So pay attention to how the energy feels when you connect with somebody. Don't jump head first. Don't use somebody to make you feel less lonely. Pay attention to the energy. Look for energetic transparency. That's what you want to look for. You don't want to look for that invigorating explosion of emotions that you feel when you first meet somebody new. I'm not saying that feeling should be entirely absent, but it should be in the back seat. You're looking for energetic transparency, a calm, natural feeling. Almost like being in the same room with your mom. Natural. I know you. I have no need to question how you feel or what your intentions are. It's calm and natural is what you're looking for.
Okay, well, I hope that helped everybody, and we will be back for part 2 at 4 p.m. Pacific time.
Yep.
So thank you guys.
All right,
We'll
I'll
you
see
later.
y'all here in a little bit.